Hi, everybody. This is Daniel. I'm going to do a review of two exciting new things I got today at Guitar Center. No, it's not this guitar. What it is I'll show you. It's the Gibson Maestro FZ-M Fuzztone pedal, and this BlackStar HT-1R Mark II in the baby blue color, special edition version. I went to Guitar Center today because of a Memorial Day weekend. There we go. Because of Memorial Day weekend. Tried to see if I could pick up this nice BlackStar amp, and I was curious about this new Maestro Fuzz pedal. So I'll give you two kind of little stories. So we'll start with the story behind the BlackStar. So my guitar teacher has had, I think he bought it secondhand, maybe from Guitar Center, maybe elsewhere, a BlackStar HT. I think his might be the 5 watt. I can't remember if his is the 5 or the 1 watt. So he has a BlackStar tube amp. So these are tube amps. And they have reverb, hence the R. So I always like them. They're small, they're rugged, they're tube amps. BlackStar, I think it's a UK company, and they make very good. Basically, let's be honest, they make Marshalls. They make those old-fashioned kind of Marshall sounding amps. And so, but they make it at affordable prices, like Marshall, kind of like Gibson, like Fender, because of the legacy of their names. They add quite a bit more for that name, BlackStar, which is a great company, same kind of tones you're going to get out of a Marshall, same kind of feel and response. A little bit, it's actually a lot less, significantly less than you're going to pay for the Marshall because it doesn't have that legacy name. So anyway, my guitar teacher had one of these. He would bring it to guitar lessons. I'd play through it, and I just fell in love with it. Multiple times I even tried buying it off him. And so he even today, like this weekend or this week, this past Wednesday, he had that his BlackStar in there, and so whenever he has it, that's the amp I try to plug into, because I just love that Marshall cream tone, that creamy distorted tone that you get out of these amps, and they just sound really good. Again, they're easy to carry. They're kind of like my little Vox amp. They're almost like lunchbox amps. So, and they have a good tone. So anyway, I've always wanted one, always looked at one, always been looking for one. I saw on Guitar Center that that they had a used one like his, except it was a 5 watt. So it was the HT5R. Now I'm not sure if it was, again, a Mark II or a Mark I. Actually, I think it was a Mark I. In fact, I'm positive it was a Mark I because it was one of the original things, because it didn't have as many controls and stuff there. Didn't have the attenuator button, etc. So anyway, initially I was looking at that, and then after talking with my guitar teacher and kind of looking around a little bit more on Guitar Center's website, I saw that they actually had these new ones, these Mark IIs, and they had a 1 watt one. So as you know, like I've said, I'm a bedroom player. I don't go play at clubs or anything like that. I don't have a band as much as I'd like to have one. So, and I saw online they have this one. It's in a special baby blue color. They call it the special baby blue edition, and it's a 1 watt amp, tube amp. So I thought, perfect. Let's go in. I'll take. I actually took one of my Les Pauls with me, and went to test it. I went in. The first guy I talked to told me, okay, the only one I've got is the one I have on the floor. And he took me, it's the 5 watt one. He goes, it's the 5 watt one, but, and it had the attenuator button, which makes it attenuable to either 5 watts or 0.5 watts. All kinds of different settings. And so he said, I'll let you play this. Before that, I also played that used one, which I really liked. Very simple to use, very plain. I'll kind of show you on this one, but on the one that he showed me, the 5 watt one, there was a lot of little buttons and switches and knobs, and I mean, like, you can look at it and it was easy to figure out, but there were a lot of buttons and switches. A lot more than I think there should be for a little 5-watt amp, bedroom practice amp. So anyway, I played through it. I actually liked it. It sounded very good. Again, there's the baby blue one like this, just the 5-watt version. But the only thing that gave me pause was that one was, and with the Memorial Day discount, that was $450. This one, the one I've got right here, with a Memorial Day discount, was about, I think it's about $270 if you go on Musician's Friend or Guitar Center. This thing is about $270 with the discount. A lot better. So anyway, I played it for a little bit, and as every Guitar Center, and when I was done, just as every Guitar Center employee is bound to do, just when you've played whatever it is, a guitar, a pedal, an amp, you look up to go talk to them, either work out a deal or decide yay or nay on what you were playing. They disappear. They go in the back room, they go help another customer, or they go out on lunch. So either way, like, looked up, he's gone. Thought, oh, shoot. I'm like, so what I decided to do is I decided to go look around, go look at the other guitars they had, pedals, amps, etc. Figured wait till he get back and talk to him. In the meanwhile, I saw this other guy, this younger guy. So he kind of asked me, he goes, hey man, is there anything I can help you with? You know what you're doing? First, I kind of shrugged him off. I said, yeah, I'm good. And then I looked at my phone because I had the image of this amp on my phone. And I thought, I'm like, you know what? He asked. I'll double check with him. Can't hurt to double check. I asked him, I'm like, oh, hey, I just want to double check. I'm like, because the other guy told me he didn't, but I just want to make sure. Showed him the image of the amp that on their Guitar Center website that said they had stock. I'm like, do you guys not have this one in stock? I'm like, I'm looking for the 1-watt one. I'm a bedroom player. I just like to play in my bedroom, like to practice. I'm like, I just need the 1-watt one. He goes, sure. He goes, sure, let me. He goes, here. So he asked me to show it. I showed it to, put my phone on the counter, them look at the SKU and them look at the serial numbers and stuff, and put it in. He goes, huh. He goes, we might have one back. Went in the back room. 5-10 minutes later, he comes out. He goes, got it. He has the box. He goes, I got it. He takes it out. So the other guy, I saw him type on the computer. I don't know what he did. Maybe he mistook it for the 5-watt amp. Maybe he thought the one that I was showing him was the 5-watter. But, so I showed it to the first guy. He showed me the 5-watt. I showed it to this other guy. He actually knew what it was, or he looked it up. He put it in the system, and he found one. It might have been their last one. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, he goes, okay. He goes, so you want me to set up? He goes, why don't we set it up and you can play through it? I'm like, great. So he set it up, took one of their chords they had, their tester chords, plugged my Les Paul into it, and I fell in love with it. It's very simple. I'll kind of see if I can show you here. Let me set this down. So, let me show you what we got here. This is kind of what you're gonna... Let me see if I can do this well or not. Okay, so you've got the gain, and this is the OD select switch here. So this will either make it, basically this discerns between the clean channel and the overdrive channel. This is just the regular volume. This one is the voice switch here. This voice switch, according to their description, and depending how you move the EQ switch, this way or this way, it's their ISF switch. What it does is it allows you to decide if you want your amp to sound more American by going this area, or when you start swinging it over here, it gives it a more British voice. So basically it makes it sound more Fender or more Marshall-y. I tend to put the EQ just in the half, and then, depending on what I want to do, how I want to voice it, I'll just either turn this on or off. This is a big one for why I bought it. It has the reverb level on it. If you know me, I generally like to set my amps at neutral, everything at 12 o'clock. And then I can tweak it based on pedals, based on the guitars I have. This also does have an MP3 line in and a microphone or a EM out. And then it doesn't come with one, but you can put a foot switch on it. So I got it. And then while I was thinking about it, I asked them, I'm like, hey, do you guys, because I actually saw it, so I'm like, I saw that they had the new Gibson Maestro Fuzztone pedal. So Gibson, via their Maestro brand, decided to revive the Maestro brand and bring back these old pedals. This one, for if you don't know, is the old-fashioned Fuzztone. This is the one that can be heard on Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. It can be heard on allegedly some Who songs. The Beatles used it. So the Beatles bought it around 63, 64. They just never used it, I think, until Rubber Soul around 65. 65 and 66, they did start experimenting with some Fuzztone stuff. So I got this as well. Both of these. So the amp was about 260, 270. And this one's about 150, I think. I put them both on the my Guitar Center gear card. So I'll be paying that off for the next 6 months. So my thing is, I'm not a fuzz player. You know, it's just never been a sound that's worked for me. But I've always been interested in something like a Maestro Fuzztone, because if you hear the songs that has been used on, like Satisfaction, it's a very tight sound. Like, to me, a lot of fuzzes can get either real fat or very spitty. So it just, to me, it's just a sound that's not usable. And I tend to like neck position pickups that are kind of already fat, will give me that woman tone sound. So that with a fuzz pedal is just going to make it sound like, literally like my guitar is farting or having gastrointestinal distress. I tried a full tone Octafuzz, which actually was kind of an interesting pedal, but it was not the right sound for me. I ended up selling it. I thought it would work. It just ended up not working. I ended up not using it. This I hope to be able to put on my Gibson board. I'll have to experiment a little bit, or my humbucker guitar board. I have a guitar pedal board that's meant for Fender or single coil style guitars, like my Fenders. And I've got a board that's set up for my humbucker guitar, so that would work for my PRSs and my Gibsons. So this is obviously, it's plugged into the BlackStar, and what I'm going to do is I've got the BlackStar on basically on a clean mode, because I'm going to do it first. We're going to test the Fuzztone pedal here. The attack switch is all the way dimed all the way. Level is about noon, and the tone is probably about 3 or 4 o'clock. You know, I wanted to do a review video with this guitar. This guitar is not new at all. If you want me to do a sound review on this guitar, I definitely will. This was an old 2003, 2004-ish Gibson SG Platinum. It was actually the first Gibson I ever bought. Very modified, as you can look at it, as you can tell. Won't really go into that, but since I've never played it on any review videos, I figured I'd go ahead and use it today. So anyway, so each of these pedals, these new pedals, they include a secondary effect, or something like a little mini switch on there, a little toggle switch that allows you to change something about the pedal, like the sound or the clipping or whatever. This one on the fuzz, it's got modern and classic. So the first setting we're going to do is we're going to do it on classic. And that was on the neck pickup. So here. Now let's do both pickups. Now the bridge. Now let's dime the tone. And we'll dime the level here. On the neck pickup again. Middle position. Bridge. You can kind of hear what I was talking about. It's very, the attack, the bite on it, the sizzle on it is very, very pronounced. It's not fat at all. Although if you tweak it, you can get a fatter sound. But like I said, it doesn't have that kind of farty, belchy, bass, heavy, woofy kind of sound. It's a little more bite, sizzle to it. And that's what I've always liked about that, about the old-fashioned Fuzztone. So, let's go. Let's turn it back down. Let's turn the tone back to about, again, 3 o'clock-ish. We'll put the level back at noon. And we're going to go to the modern position. Starting at the neck position. Middle. And bridge. Now let's dime it all, the tone, the level and the tone. Whoops, sorry, neck. Middle. Bridge. Let's try lowering the attack a little bit. Let's put the attack at noon. We'll put the tone at noon and leave the level. Dime. Back to classic mode. Yeah, the modern, so as you can kind of tell, I'm hoping you kind of tell, the modern setting gives it a little bit more woofier, bassier kind of sound. Classic takes a lot of that out. So now I've got the attack and the level all the way up. I've got the tone all the way down. And this is on the classic mode. Now let's try the modern mode. Now that's kind of like a very bluesy, hollow, like almost sounds like a Gibson L5 through a Fender champ, a Fender blues amp. Like that's a very, again, this is the modern sound, with the attack level all the way up, tone all the way down. Huh. Very interesting tone. So as you can hear, this is a very user, at least to my ears, as I always say, go check it out yourself. But to my ears, it's a very usable fuzz tone. This is a sound I could put comfortably on my board, and I could use it. It's not something that's going to get too woofy on me. It's not going to be over the top. Again, I'll have to play around my board tonight to figure out where I can put it on there, but in the signal chain. But I'm very happy with this. I like that. This is the first pedal where I've been, a fuzz pedal where I've been okay with that. And again, like, it's a pedal that doesn't sound like my guitar and my amp are having some kind of gastrointestinal distress. It has some bite, some sizzle, and it has some spit in it, but not where it's too much. It's not over the top. And it's very easy to rein it in. It's very easy to sculpt the tone you want. So now this is off. So it's... So now we're going to go with this. And so everything, EQ, reverb, and volume are at noon. Right now the gain has been around, I'm going to say maybe around 7, or maybe around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock setting. So it's the gain is just up enough to add volume, but there's no bite, no sustain. We're going to go ahead and hit the OD select. We're going to go ahead and put the volume down to maybe about 9 o'clock. We're going to put the gain up to noon. Very much that JTM 45 kind of sound. Again, very nice to have it in a bedroom setting, in a safe bedroom setting, not like Eric's JTM 45 that would have blown my bedroom out, blown the windows and myself out the window. So let's go ahead and let's move this down to maybe 3 o'clock here. Now that's getting into that Marshall stack, the ones that, are favorites, like Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton, Pete Townsend kind of used. So and let's go ahead and dime that gain now. was the woman tone neck pickup with the volume or the tone all the way down. Now I just rolled it back up. Let's go ahead and roll that gain all the way back. We'll put it into the clean mode. Let's put gain around noon. Turn the volume up. Put the volume around noon too. Okay, turn that down a little bit. Very usable sounds. Now, obviously, because this is a Marshall-esque amp, the way I'm going to use it is going to be thus accordingly. It's going to be on the... Just real quick, I'm testing it. This is, again, the clean setting with the gain all the way up at 10. Get that clean break up there. Put it on the neck. Real nice sounding. But so, like I said, accordingly, because it is a Marshall-like amp, that's how I will use it. I have a clean Vox, the Vox AC4 TV Mini. That's actually what I use to, that's the one that my pedal board goes into. Actually, right now, what I'm using is a MXR amp switcher, AB amp switcher box. And I use that. I've been using it to run either my Vox AC4 TV Mini or my Marshall Tiny Terror or Micro Terror with the head and speaker together. And the orange I really like, but that one might go down in my down the attic in the studio with my Vox Pathfinder P15R. Reverb, also a reverb amp, but a solid state amp. That was my first guitar amp. So that one and the orange might go down together because that's a 15 watter. The orange is a 20 watter, but I have it set so low because, again, this is bedroom. It's my bedroom, so I can't drive it. I can't dime it all the way. Even though I have the tone and the gain all the way dimed on that orange, because the volume is at fairly low, it just doesn't, I mean, it sounds good, don't get me wrong, it sounds good, but it doesn't sound as good as this BlackStar does. And again, the BlackStar being at a controllable, more appropriate bedroom volume than the 20 watt orange is. So this is going to be my new Marshall setting. This is going to be the one I keep on the distorted gain sound. This is what I'm going to use to get my Clapton Cream or my just overdriven amp, the Marshall sound. And then the clean amp will be my Vox, and then that's what I run my pedal boards through. So even though I have a distorted amp, maybe I want a very, very specific sound that's not quite going to get out of the Marshall. So I play my pedal boards through. I'll play my Marshall Blues Breaker 2 or my OCD, Full Tone OCD, or my Big John Obama Distortion Wah pedal, or my litany of other pedals. Obviously, my Maestro Fuzztone, that will definitely be going through the Vox amp. So that's kind of how I play it. I use my pedals through the Vox Clean amp. And then now going forward, the BlackStar will be my amp. That I use to, just for the distorted tones with no pedal board going through it. So anyway, that's kind of my review. Feel free to put any questions, comments down there. Also, if you would like to see me talk about this Gibson SG, aka Sunny, and do a video on this guitar, the story behind it, all the mods I did to this guitar, let me know. Put that in the video as well, and maybe in the future when I have time, I'll do a video on this. This was actually my first Gibson guitar, and it's the guitar I've owned the longest, where I've been the original owner. I've been playing guitar 20 years, and I've owned this guitar for about 18 years. Yeah, I think 18 years. So yeah, maybe I'll do a video on it in the future. So that's my review of the BlackStar HT-1R Mark II in the Baby Blue Special Edition, as well as the Gibson Maestro Fuzztone FZ-M. I would recommend either one. If you're going after that Marshall bluesy tone, that blues rock 70s, 60s, 70s era rock tone, BlackStar is a good company to go by. Again, you get the Marshall tones, you get the Marshall sound, playability, without the legacy Marshall price tag. The Maestro Fuzztone, you're going to get that satisfaction tone, and you're going to get a lot of that 60s fuzz sound, but you also have the comfort of that modern tone as well. I like both of them. I like both of these, so I'm real happy with both purchases. I want to thank the Guitar Center associate who helped me get both of them, helped me pick them out. And again, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But that's just it. Thank you very much.